Alright guys, welcome back to Half-Fast 719. We got the front differential out, got a lot of tools, a lot of mess. Camera doesn't look like it focused. I'm gonna try to get you in here, but my light went dead. But let's see. Oh, don't turn on. Let's see if we can't use an impact for light. So we got the front differential out. Easy peasy. Got all the stub shaft out. I just spat everywhere. Stub shaft out, bolts out, axle bolt out. Got these all in there. Got gear oil all over me. Dirty pig. I just started cleaning it. Cleaning everything out. And I'm probably gonna have to clean this out as well. I will get to the bearings in a second. But so O-ring's still good because it's kind of newer. Check these bearings out. Wowzer, look at this. It's trashed. Pretty much every bearing. That thing's got some wear. That's got wear. Wear there. Holes. It's almost like the bearing's seized. Looks like, well, it's got a lot of wear all the way around it. That one is a little better. This one's got a big old holes in it. Alright, well, it's the next morning. My said my camera memory was, or my phone memory was full. But we got all these nastinesses with the bearings. Other side doesn't look too bad. I mean, I'm replacing it, but it doesn't look that bad, I don't think. I didn't really look at it, actually. Yeah, they don't look too bad. This is the race for that other side. It's just ground down, but there's no groove in it. Side is almost the same. Almost the same. But anyway. Yeah, so I'm gonna replace these bearings. Yeah, it just seems like there's a lot of play in them, especially the other side. The other side's just trash. So, got my little bearing puller tool. Got some new work boots, possibly. Not sure I'm liking them already, but here's the old bearings off of the other diff from the other transmission. This box is heavy, so I'll just open it up. Oh boy. Oh jeez. So here's the other differential. I'm gonna take it out for comparison. This one has new bearings already pressed on it. I actually need to make some room because got too much junk everywhere. But anyway, this is the other differential I had. And yeah, it doesn't, this one doesn't look too bad. Same as the other one, pretty much. But they'll still have their grooves. They still have their cut marks from everything. So I just want to check all the spider gearing and pick whatever one's better. These are brand new bearings, brand new races on this one. And yeah, just want to make sure that spins freely. Those gears are all good. So I'm gonna do that on this one. So if you want to know how to yeah, it doesn't, this one just needs to be cleaned. It's got a bunch of junk all in it. If you want to know how to take this off and take this out, you'll have to go find my other video. They're all going to be Audi A6, 8H ZF 8HP front differential for the most part. But yeah, so I'm going to take these bearings off, and I'll go to find the new bearings, which are in the box. So this company, HETZEL, HETZEL. I said before, I was on a Facebook page and somebody recommended them to me. This is the smaller of the part number, 0501.341.103.000. So this is a smaller bearing, and this is the larger bearing. I don't think you're going to be able to find these part numbers because I looked up everywhere, but you might be able to. And then here we got, just making sure, just checking to make sure the different numbers. So 0501.314.101. So this is 103. This is 101. So I ordered 3 sets. I got 2 transmissions. And yeah, I got 2 transmissions, and I'm going to keep a set as extra. They really, I guess they did give me an invoice, but it has my name and address all over it. So, but anyway, and then this is the tool I'm going to use to pull the bearings off. Basically, oh man, I don't remember how it works, but basically you got collars, and it's heavy duty. This thing is super heavy duty. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the orange one. I could be wrong. Oh wait. So basically you leave the race on there, and you can watch other videos on how to do it, but this goes in the differential so that you're not putting the bolt all the way through to the spider gearing stuff. But this, I bought this tool, I think for like $50. Just Google it, Vever. And yeah, I probably won't take them off for a little bit. I'm gonna do some cleaning up, clean some parts because it's still early in the morning. I don't want to make a bunch of impacting noise. I probably can put these back on. These are for the DEF. But yeah, it's a tedious job to get this differential out. It's a pain in the butt. However, It can be done. I've done it. This is my third time. But yeah, and then I just took, I mentioned this already, but took this cardboard, laid the front differential on top of the cardboard, and then just hit all the bolts with a hammer, punch holes, so we don't have to do all the weird marking. But, and then that's where the drain plug is. So I'm just going to take all these shields and wash them all up, get rid of some rags, probably clean my tools so it's not all gross. But yeah, it's not, I'll say it's not that bad of a job, but I'm a different type of person. But I just got to get in here and clean it. It was really bad. Where that little hole is on the bottom. Oh man, I can't even show you. Let's see if I can get it here. I wish I had a flashlight. I wish my flashlight was charged. So where that hole is right there, there's a magnet. It's like a T27, T25, and you take that out. But yeah, it's just a lot of shields. I think the hardest part of the whole job is this shield. Not that shield. These ones are kind of, the ones that go over the axle, they're kind of hard to get out if you don't have 6mm ball extended. But this shield is a pain in the butt, man. This shield was the hardest because the bolts are, you can see I got 3 different 10mm wrenches out here. And then you'll have to get some of these real short stubby Torx T40. I think I mentioned it in my previous video. But man, it's a dirty job. I'm gonna use some RTV. There is an O-ring. This O-ring goes around the cover, but I don't want to use I'm gonna use the O-ring and some RTV. But I bought this little tool set, half cut Torx. They're just stubby little babies. And yeah, that's what I had to buy. I also bought this little baby ratchet thing to get in there, but I think it's a little ratchet, yeah. It's like a real small thing, but I didn't have to use it. I didn't use it last time. I bought it thinking I was going to use it. I also cut some Torx bits down. So I had a bunch of, Torx T40s and whatever. And I ended up just cutting them down, like super small. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to clean everything up. I'll pull these bearings, do all that, get all that done, and then I guess I could just clean this differential, soak it in some simple green. But you do not need to take this off. You don't need to take this axle out. You don't need to do any ball joints or anything weird. Once you get the shields all out on the other side, get all the shields out, you basically, you just gotta think outside the box. So the axle's like this. So all I did was take it, I dropped it this way, pushed this side out, and then it just went down and out. So when I reversed the step, put the differential in, put all that stuff in, and then I'll shove the axle in, and then I'll start putting all the shields back on. But anyway, guys, so yeah, it's gonna be a long video. I don't know what you guys want to see. I've already shown one video of doing all this already once. I've already shown a video of the actual transmission out that I have in the barn and removing the differential that's over there and how to remove the stub shaft. The stub shaft's a pain in the butt. If you don't get that stub shaft off while the cover's still installed, you're not going to be able to get that differential out. So you got to get that stub shaft out. This is the stub shaft. Oh. And all I do is I leave it in there, and I take the axle out, and then I take 3 of these bolts, and I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, and I tighten them, tighten, just a little bit, because you don't want to break through the aluminum casing, and I don't know, maybe 20 foot-pounds of torque on each bolt, and this thing will just go, and it'll pop out. So, yeah, that's what I do. However you want to do it. I've tried using pry bars. I've tried using 2 pry bars on either side. I've tried using other stuff. And I got to the point where I almost about broke something. So that's why I did the bolts. And it works perfect. So anyway, I'm going to clean tools. I'm going to clean up everything. And yeah, then when it gets a little later, I'm going to start pressing these off. And then maybe I'll use my new freezer to stick the differential in there, to shrink it, heat up the bearings, drive them on. Otherwise, I'll just have to drive them on old-fashioned with a seal driver, and I have a ball joint press tool that has some adapters. But anyway, I'll do this later when I can make some noise. Gotta keep it quiet. People are sleeping. But it's okay for them to play music until 2 in the morning. But don't be awake early making noise. I'll be back. Alright guys, got pretty much everything cleaned up. Got the bearing. Got the one bearing off. Came right off. No big deal, no problem. And then this one came off in pieces. Yeah, this thing was pretty much fused on there. You can see the damage to this bearing, or to this inner race, I guess you can call it. So those are just pieces that broke off there. That one's not too bad. This one's got a big old hole in it. So basically, this bearing was trash. You see how big that Buenos nachos in there. No Buenos notches. So it's not good to have notches. Anyway, so I got that off. This one was a pain in the butt. I had to do some stuff to get it off. This is the one differential for the transmission that's in the barn. So diff in the barn, new bearings, and I sprayed it with WD-40 for the transmission in barn. New diff for tranny in barn bearings. New. Anyway, yeah, I got this one all cleaned up. It's all clean. I sprayed a bunch of WD-40 on it to hopefully keep it from rusting, and I put it in a big bag so nothing gets in there, and then I suck the air out of the bag just with my mouth. But so these are the shims that are going to go back in there. So shim. This is the magnet that was filthy dirty. It probably had a good 1/4 inch of stuff all the way around it, you know, on all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish sides. And then I got all the tools clean, tools that I'm using. We got a 10 millimeter triple square for the axles, the axle bolts. I have an extension so I can get to the axle bolts. I just put it on here to take the stub shaft out. This is what I used to tighten axle bolts onto the stub shaft, and then tighten them, and it popped out. So extension to actually break them loose with a 3/8 inch drive impact is what I used. That one broke all of them loose except for one, so I had to grab another 3/8 impact, but 10 millimeter wrench, different varieties to get the shields off. This is a T27 for this bolt for the magnet that goes inside the transmission or inside the front diff. Different, that's a T30. I don't know why I have that out. They're all T40. So T40 is what I'm using for everything. So we got a T40 long, T40 stubby, and T25. I think that's for the screws for the when I did the diesel exhaust fluid pump. But we have 4 millimeter, which I don't think we're using. 5 millimeters for the drain plug. Just little extensions. I'm using this with a T40 in there. It's just a 1/4 inch to get in real tight spots with a tamper-proof that's twisting. And yeah, just basically getting in there and real tight area. And that's a T40 Torx that's cut down, because obviously it would be a lot longer, but this is 3/8 or a T30, which we're not using. This is a 6 millimeter hex head ball to get to the shields. There's 2 shields around the axle. 10 millimeter for various bolts and nuts for the shields. This is a 5. I don't think I need this. I don't think I used that. I just brought it down. I'm gonna put up here. I think I just brought it down because I grabbed a couple of them. It's a 6 millimeter hex. I don't think we need this either. So like I said, I grabbed a couple. The fill plug is an 8 millimeter. And this is the drain plug, which is a 5 millimeter hex, which I gotta change this O-ring. And then, yeah, just have 1/4 inch ratchet, marker, which I don't need. And then, yeah, so I got everything drying, washed those skid plate things, got everything drying. Everything's super hot, super clean. So still got to press the bearings on, and put it all together. So these are the old bearings. Old bearings off of the first diff, so I'll have one extra set of bearings. Probably gonna hold on to them unless somebody wants to pay me a lot of money for a set. So if you want to buy a set, go through what I did. Spend if you're in America, spend $27 on calling this company in Germany and being transferred to like 12 different people until you get somebody that spoke broken English, and then you can just tell them you need these parts, and they want a wire transfer. You got to go to the bank. It's a big headache, but I ended up paying credit card because the lady I talked to was really nice. So I do have everything cleaned and ready to go in here. So I scrubbed it. Rub-a-dub-dubbed, charge my light. So everything is, I can't see because of the light, but everything's clean in here. I just have to not cause a bunch of dust. I ended up using this inside this because it does this. And scrubbed it. So it came out pretty clean, I think, inside there. So once I throw the, what you call it, bearings on the diff, I'm gonna put some lube on them. I'm actually trying to kill time because I don't think I have enough gear oil. I ordered some, I don't know what it was, a couple days ago off of the eBay. However, yeah, I just have, man, this might be just enough because it takes 3/4 of a quart, and I think I have 3/4 of a quart in there. But what I did order was $75.90, so I might have messed up, but I think I'll be good. So this one's good, ready to go in the other transmission, and that transmission will be good to go just in case something happens. Just so you guys know, the car has 210,000 miles, going on 211. I think it's 210, 735. So by the time I drive it up to work, it'll have 211,000. So yeah, so if you got one of these cars and you have low mileage, change your diff fluids, especially the front. Rear, definitely, but it doesn't get as hot because the front diff is engine, exhaust, transmission. It's part of the transmission, but it sits more up front. So the engine sits here, diff sits here. Basically the bell housing, this axle goes through the bell housing and through the torque converter. So an exhaust runs down by it. So it gets really hot. So I would recommend, and what I'm going to do after I do all this work and spent all this money, I'm going to change the front differential fluid probably every other or every third oil change. So 369, so 9 to 10,000 miles, I'll be changing the front diff fluid because I change it every 3,500 miles, so maybe 9 to 12,000 miles is what I'm going to change it, and hopefully it's a good. So yeah, anyway, like I said, you don't have to take this axle out. You don't have to take any of this side off. I do have the brace, subframe brace is very dirty. And I think I said I'm going to use a little bit of RTV on the cover. Yeah, so I got this soaking. I keep coming out and spraying it with some Simple Green because this is nasty. Napsty. So then hopefully I'll probably just hook up the pressure washer and blast it. Well, that's the last thing that goes on the car. And yeah, it's a long video, guys, but it's a pretty big job. I don't think I had my brother check all data for it, and everything I read, look, find, it's drop transmission to even get into there, which is the whole subframe. You know, AC condenser or AC's got to be drained, heater, coolant, everything has to be drained just to get into that front differential. My brother checked all data. All data doesn't even recommend anything. Basically, it says replace transmission. And Audi says the same thing. Audi, Volkswagen, replace transmission, because they don't even sell any parts internally other than, I think you can get a transmission filter, oil pan, and some nuts and bolts, and probably some seals. I think you can get seals for the inner and outer diff, but anything beyond that, you can't get anything. Can't even find drain plugs and fill plugs, which is dumb. But all right, guys, we'll yeah, once it's all in, probably do a little video. Basically, just doing videos of hiccups, mistakes, tools you need, what to watch for, how to do it. My videos are basically just tips. I don't do the whole, I'm going to set up a camera. I don't do that anymore. Or set up the camera and turn a wrench for 45 minutes. I don't do that anymore. I basically just show you how to do it, or tell you how to do it, I guess I could say. And those are my videos. All right, guys, we'll see you when it's all done. All right, guys, I lied. I'm at 111,100 already. So I thought I was at 110,700, but anyway, no check engine light. Got the DPF filter, diesel or DEF, diesel exhaust fluid. I think the check engine light's off. That's all done. Got the bearings in the front differential. Got everything torqued. The outer bolts are supposed to be torqued to 22 Newton meters plus 90 degrees. So I just went 25 Newton meters. Axles say 145 foot-pounds for the axle bolts, and plus 90 degrees. So I just went 175 or 165. I can't remember. But just went up to speed, got it up to about 80 something, and downshifted the car, and yeah, I got no whiny noise. So usually when I'm going downhill and the car's in a high gear, I'll get like a drivetrain whine. So, and I think the axle bolts, I believe they go to 55 foot-pounds. So I think this is a success. So I gotta go home. I'm just gonna park the car, make sure nothing's leaking, and then I can jack it up. What are those wheels? There's some dope gold wheels. Real gold, pretty cool. I like the wheels. But yeah, anyway, seems like everything's good. Everything's working. It would be whining right now, making all kinds of like a humming noise, and it is not. So I did get my gear oil, 75.90, and got that today in the mail. Threw a quart in there, and gotta say, car's running quite well. So I just hope the check engine light stays off, so I can drive the car to work, and I don't have to drive the truck to work, because the truck stresses me out. Just as far as, fuel mileage, I get whatever in this car, 38, 40 miles. I'm hoping that I get better now that the bearings aren't all having all kinds of friction problems. So anyway, yeah, pulling in to the house and park it and see if there's any leakage. I do have some ribs on the Traeger, and I think we're good. I think we're all good. All good in the hood. I wasn't gonna finish it today, but I got the gear oil and decided to add gear oil. my phone. So, I think we're good. I think we are golden. I hope that's, oh man, that looks like, I think that's gear oil. Dang it. Oh, I gotta clean that real quick. But, yeah, so I have ribs on the trigger. Yeah, I got these panels off just so I can check it. These are for the DEF. I have to add another 2.5 gallons to it, and I also have the front under the diaper pan, whatever you want to call them. So anyway, guys, I hope it's all good. I got a mess to clean up, got other stuff to do, and yeah, okay, that's diesel exhaust fluid, just eats stuff up. But everything's buttoned up under here, so if it's all good and I don't have to do anything, I did clean that frame support thing, torqued all those down, torqued those to 72 foot-pounds, I believe. Lug nuts go to, what did I do? 90 foot-pounds. I just want to see this tank. If this tank is good, I'll bring the jack out and just do it while I'm dirty. Might as well, right? Yep, no fluid. Nothing under here. So that's what I replaced. Alright, guys. That's it. Hopefully this helps you guys. There's a video for the DEF pump, and there's video for the front bearings, which you can't get. I don't know where you're gonna get them. Hopefully I helped you by giving you part numbers. I gave you a contact. I don't know. You're gonna have to go to like a ZF transmission forums, all kinds of forums. This differential's got to go on the other transmission. I changed the seal for the drain plug. And I think I'm good. I think it's good. Bearings are trashed. This thing's trashed. If you saw it, I know I'm showing again, but I'm gonna clean tools. I'm gonna jack the car up, put those pad things on there, diaper things, and just watch it. Just watch the car. I'm gonna wash it, and I'll watch it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Sorry it's a long video, but I know it's gonna help somebody, or it might help a couple people, but save the money. It's $6,000 for a transmission, without labor, without anything. They gotta drop everything. It's a total of like $12,000 for a, you know, $10,000 to $14,000 car. So, and then, you know, you replace the transmission, and the timing chains go bad, and then all this other stuff goes bad, and it's basically just throwaway car. Save the money. I bought 3 sets of bearings, 3 outers, 3 inners, 3 races or 6 races for $350 shipped from Germany to the United States of America. All right, guys. Hopefully I can help. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment. Later.